In this video tutorial, we're going to take a look at unary operators. Now, unary operators require only one operand. They perform various operations such as incrementing or decrementing a value by 1. They can also negate an expression or invert the value of a boolean. So those are the functions of unary operators. Let's take a look at some of them. Here in this program, I declared a class, public class unary demo, and I declared a main method, public static void main string args. So what is going to happen here is that we're going to demonstrate those unary operators. Here is the first one. You can see the plus sign is also a unary operator, but depends on how you use it. So in this case, we are, making 1 to be a positive value, and we pass it to the value, to the variable result, which is an int, making the variable result to now be holding the value of 1. Now if we spit it out, you are going to see 1 here. Now if we want to decrement a value of a variable, we can use minus minus after the variable. That will make the variable to decrement by 1. So that means that the result of this variable, the value of this variable, will now be 0. So if we spit it out using system.out.println, we're going to have 0. We can also increment the value of a variable by 1 using the plus plus symbol. The plus plus symbol will now make this value, which was initially 0, to become 1. So if we spit it out, it's going to appear as 1. You can negate the value of a variable by assigning the minus sign in front of the variable and then assigning the value of that to the variable. So it's like saying, whatever result was, which in this case was 1, let it be a negative value of that value. So in that case, a negative of result, which will become minus 1. So result will now be minus 1. If we do system.out.println, we're going to get minus 1 here. Alright, here we have a boolean success to be equal to false. And we're going to make use of the not logical, inverter of a boolean. So this one is used as a not sign. It's like saying, if this is false, then if you add this, make it to become true, and vice versa. So if this success was true, then you add this, it's going to be false. So let's see that in action. So I'm going to go over to the command prompt, then I'm going to clear the screen, then I'm going to compile the unary demo.java. I'm gonna run it. Here we go. So you can see, let's put this over here, and then let's put this slide this a little bit down here so you can see what we have. So the first output here, we had 1 that's coming from here, because we made this result to be equal to plus 1, which is a positive 1. So we spit out 1. The second output here, we had 0. The reason because we decremented 1 from the result, and the result was storing 1. So 1 minus 1, this is just simply like saying whatever the value of this variable is, subtract 1 from it. This result minus. So any variable minus will subtract 1 from the variable. So now our result, which was 1, will now become 0. So when we spit it out, we had 0. Now on the third one here, we incremented it by 1. Just like the minus subtracts 1 from a particular variable, plus adds 1 to a particular variable. So since this variable was now 0, by the time we incremented it, it became 1. So when we spit out the result, we are going to have system.out.println 1. Okay, so that's why we had 1 over here. Now if you add minus in front of a variable, just like if you add plus in front of a variable, it becomes positive. You add minus in front of a variable, you make it to become negative. So whatever this variable was, whatever the value was, which was 1 in this case, is going to be negative of that value. So that means that the negative of this variable will be stored here, and that makes result to become -1. So that's why we're having -1 over here. Okay, so over here we declared this variable success to be a boolean, and it's going to store the value of false. Now if we spit out success, of course we're going to get false, because that's the value of the variable success. However, if we spit out success with this sign right in front of the variable, before, should I say before the variable, so this symbol, the not symbol, means whatever it was converted to the other way, which if it was false, convert it to true. If it was true, convert it to false. In this case it was false, so it's gonna convert it to true. That's why we're having true here. Okay, let's do it the other way. So let's declare this variable to be true. This is going to be true. When we spit it out, it's gonna show us true. And then this time around, when we add this symbol, it's gonna make it to be false. So over here, let's recompile it, then run it. So you can see we're now having a swap of the values. So that's it with the unary operators. Okay, so take a look at this program once again and try and understand where we can apply it in our programs. So I hope you found this informative. Don't forget to subscribe from our video tutorials on YouTube, and don't forget to check out our website. I hope you found this informative, and thanks for viewing. So see you on the next video tutorial.